Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. It was great to see your introductions posted on the discussion board from week 1. I look forward to working with all of you through the rest of these 7 weeks that we have together. Thank you for getting your discussion boards in on time as well as your assignments. I hope that you've had a great week of reading. Now to move on to week 2, what's our focus points for the week? First is looking at leadership styles. You'll get into transactional as well as transformational leadership styles, and then moving on to reading about enlisting others in the vision. So as a leader, you can't just solely have the vision, but you have to have others who are joining in or seeing that vision as well and want to push that vision forward. So you'll be reading on that. So those are the 2 key topics for the week. The assignments will connect with that as well. So as always, there's a Christian message talking about God's blessings. It's great to be reminded about God's blessings. So to get into the reading for the week, again in the Leadership Challenge, you'll be reading chapters 4 through 7. I want to remind you about the reading reflection journal that should have been started in week 1. If you didn't start it, this is a great time to start it. But you're asked to, in the journal for each week, reflect on 2 key concepts that stood out for you, and putting your a quick reflection as well as possibly a quote that resonated with you from that key concept. So again, if you think about this, week 1 should have 2 concepts, and then getting into week 2, a minimum of 2 concepts as well. Doesn't mean that you can't have more, but just that reminder is, as you're reading, making sure that you're reflecting as well. This is something that will be turned in with your assignment on assignment number 4, the leadership philosophy paper. But I just don't want you to be caught up trying to catch up. Do it week by week. So again, Leadership Challenge, chapters 4 through 7, and then there's an article on what makes a good leader. So those are the 2 key reading points that are expected of you this week. And then there is some media context. Simon Sinek has a great conversation about, again, getting the group to move forward and the importance of getting a group to move forward. And then you can see also Daniel Goleman on the emotional intelligences, making sure that we have that understanding as leaders to bring forward a connection, the emotional side of it. Because again, if you are an authoritarian leader, you miss that emotional side of it and can actually shut down people. And then that social intelligence as well being brought in. So those are the 3 media pieces to be able to look at and reflect on. Our discussion board for the week, I know there it says DB1 emotional intelligence and then DB2 meaningful achievement. Really, you're going to get to choose to respond to one of 2 questions. One is the DB1 or one is the DB2. That you're going to reflect on. DB1 is how does the presence or absence of emotional intelligence impact a teacher's ability to enlist students in a proactive vision for the educational experience? So that's the first question you can choose from. The second one is identify and describe one strategy that you used or would like to use to engage students in the quest for meaningful achievement. If you've used that strategy, please give a description of the effects it had on your group. And then you're going to want to classify it as either envisioning for the future, searching for opportunity, or experiential or taking risks. So those are the 2 choices. You make that choice. My request is in the reply line that you put, is it DB1 or DB2 that you're reflecting on. So that reminder about our discussion board, that your first post is due by that Thursday night by 11:59 p.m. and your reflection to 2 other classmates is due by Sunday night at 11:59. Remember in your first post, when quoting your text or quoting an outside resource, that you cite it appropriately in APA format, again giving credence to what you're stating. So there is a weekly assignment for this week that's not sitting with the, like you did for the NIH certification, but this one is viewing 2 different leadership style clips. One is on General Patton and one is on General Lawrence. Patton comes during the World War II time frame, Vietnam time frame experience, where Lawrence comes from the Civil War. And there are 2 movie clips. My reminder when viewing the movie clips, don't judge the actors, but judge how they're trying to portray the leaders. One is transactional, the other is trying to be transformational. So you'll view those two clips and then create a 4-page analysis of the clips, and speak to the two different styles and reflectively what made them powerful styles, what made them styles that don't relate to others as well. And then the criteria for the paper also has you bring up what kind of leadership style do you see needs to be in the classroom for schools today. So that again is a 4-page document. You'll see here there is a analysis criterion rubric that I'll be grading off of. So make sure that you're reflective on that rubric, because that's what I'm basing your paper on as well. And then you'll see here the other assignment component is the reflection journal entry that I talked about. So overall, that is week 2 in the nutshell, looking at, again, the leadership styles and being able to look at the emotional intelligence as well to get others onto a shared vision with you. What I want to close with is that reminder that you do have a interview paper that is coming up where you're asked to interview 2 different individuals, one being an educational leader. So again, it can be a school administrator, it can be a district office individual, or if the leader is a department chair or a grade level lead that you feel is modeling great leadership within the grade level or department, you can use them as well. But the second one is a business leader. So trying to look at somebody who leads a group, whether it's a lower level management or executive level management business, but you want to be reflective or interview both of them. The criteria for that, it's again in week 3, that criteria has some key points to be reflective on. In essence, they're your questions. I'm going to try to give you a short video separate from this that talks about a little bit more, but make sure that you're setting up interviews with, again, an educational leader as well as a business leader, and you might want to think about that this week so that way you can be reflectively writing on it next week. I offer again to have you email, call, or text if you need anything. You might receive a phone call from me this week just checking in to see how you're doing and talking or being reflective about the class. I hope that you have a great week. God bless.